Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the ESL India Premiership. We are coming up next with Counter-Strike Global Offensive. We have two teams who are going to be participating in this. Now, both these teams are not doing really fine for themselves. One of them is sitting 10th on the board, while the other is sitting 12th. But I'm sure that this game is going to be a game changer for one of these. So let's first see who these two teams are. Team Iyati, let's see you first. All right, so that is Team Iyati for you folks. They are but the boys from Mumbai and are doing okay. They're sitting 10th on the board. They've taken two losses, but they've also taken a victory to SRA. Now, this victory wasn't really a victory in my books because they did get it as a forfeited game. So SRA gonna lose a game for themselves, but Iyati taking that for themselves. Today they're going up against a team who sit 12th, but also can do fine for themselves in the upcoming game. Team War Gaming, let's see you now. All right, and that is Team War Gaming. They have to win some games for themselves if they want to really get out of this really red zone for themselves in the bottom of the leaderboard. If you look at the standings as of now, both these teams are at the lower end and they need to go and make their way up if they want to secure their position as of now in the Masters League. But let's see how these two teams are going to go. As you see, War Gaming has already played 8 games and taken only one victory. That too was taken because one of the teams forfeited a game. And also Iyati, meanwhile, they're sitting on the 10th spot. They've played 3 games, so they're looking pretty fine for themselves. Even if they do take a loss as of now, they can still climb up on the leaderboard. But War got to be very careful if this loss is very strong for them. But now let's see what the teams have banned. So let's check out the veto and see which of these teams have banned what. We have Mirage, Dust 2 and Train getting banned out over there. And we also see Inferno, Cash, and Nuke getting banned. And the map they're going to choose to play is going to be Overpass. I don't really know much about this map, so let's have a look at this before we talk about this more.
OverPass. A mix of vertical and classical designs makes this map one of the favorites of many professional teams. The team that controls the connector usually comes out with the win.
And that is Overpass for y'all. Now, this game is going to be casted by Fet and Adi, and they're very excited to tell you more about what these teams can be doing in the upcoming matches. These both teams are based out of Mumbai, so their ping's going to be fine. So let's quickly head into the game with our casters, and I will see you all right after that.
Stroking their cock.
Welcome back to the ESL India Premiership. Another CS:GO game in the offing, guys. It's War versus Iyati. And this is the battle for survival, basically. I'll be your caster today, Adi, and I'm joined by the ever-jovial Fet. How you doing, buddy?
I am absolutely overjoyed that I don't have to cast Inferno or Mirage. Overpass is my favorite map, and I am so glad to see this being picked today. I was actually expecting it to go to either a Mirage or an Inferno, but my god, Overpass, it just made me like break through my shackles of boredom that a normal workday brings, and now I'm pumped.
Yes.
Can't wait.
I agree. I really like Overpass as well. I think it's common knowledge that it is my favorite map. And but anyway, like War on Overpass, they didn't look really great against Brutality. Remember, Brutality gave them a spanking. It was a 16-2 victory, and Brutality played the game terribly, in my opinion, and they still won 16-2. So I really hope that War has learned from that. While watching this warm up, obviously, I did see that they at least have learned their grenades and their smokes and their molotovs, even if it is last minute.
I mean, I've always maintained that it doesn't take that much time to go through a Cruxel no BS Overpass video to at least get to know the basic smokes and flashes and molotovs. The thing is, it's not just about knowing the pop flashes and the proper utility usage. It's also about having the defaults and the setups to set yourself up to actually get to use them in game and during the course of a round, because that's the true test of a team, is can you implement what you've put in practice when it counts. If you can't, like we saw yesterday in the Portal versus Entity game, there's no point. You're gonna lose, and you're gonna lose big. And
I did talk to Entity's coach last night after that game, right? And he did say the team's in bit of a disarray because they took a break, and then once they came back from the break, they're a slow starting team basically. And the break usually means for them that that they're not on point. They don't have as good as a map pool as they did in the start of the tournament, and that's why they defaulted to Mirage, the more pug style game, and that was the mistake there yesterday for Entity, going for Mirage when honestly it's their worst map, at least according to me. I've seen them play on it multiple times, and I still think it's
it's not their map. I think they're better off playing Nuke than they are playing Mirage.
They're better off playing Dust 2, man.
No, I've played with those guys on Dust 2. Trust me. No.
At least you can let Sai and Marzel go crazy, right? And Iyati, by the way, has a technical issue, so we're being delayed by them. And yeah, we're gonna have to see what's gonna happen, because I think it's probably they're playing from a cafe, right? So it's probably a client port issue.
Yeah.
So maybe our admins can relay that to him. Just set a random client port, something like 27006 or something like that, and he should be able to join the server. But yeah, I mean, could you take the camera off Finish, because
I think Finish may have just finished watching an entire season of Shaktiman and is really inspired right now. This man just won't stop spinning.
that is not my
Area of expertise. Indian
yeah, I have no
television
idea.
shows.
I have no idea about what that reference is, and why does Shaktiman have to spin around like that?
Because that's his USP. He spins around, changes into his costume, and wow, even Saz. Wow, Shaktiman's really picking up in popularity now. Wow. I'm
No, it
impressed. I'm
isn't.
impressed.
It
I'm
definitely
excited.
isn't. And for any millennials tuning in, I have no idea what Shaktiman is either, so you're not alone in that. But yeah, I mean, while we're rambling, right? I think why don't we do quick predictions, right? Because again, like I said in the start of this game, this is the battle for survival, right? Iyati is sitting down at the 10th position, War is in the 12th position, and they really need to pick up the rest of their games if they want to, at least, I don't think they're going to be able to get to land now, but what they need to do is be, they need to be in the 5th to the 8th positions to basically stay in the Masters League. And one of these teams is going to stay bottom, basically, and the other one
May
is
just have a
probably-
chance at
yeah,
survival.
exactly.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I'll be honest with you. I'm not very comfortable making predictions because, like you said, right, War's previous showing on Overpass was nothing short of, diabolical. And Iyati, I haven't really watched them play Overpass very often. The last time I watched them play Overpass was against TMG in the last year's fall season of the Masters League, ESL India Masters League. And let's be honest, Overpass minus Ekvitas wasn't really TMG's fort either. They were all over the place. Veerbhadra just had a field day running around killing everybody. And
Talking about Forte, by the way, I still got it. I actually, I subbed in for Brutality the other day, the other night, and we scrimmed Iyati on Dust 2. We won 16-1.
My God, you just love showing off the fact that you're a pro player.
I was a pro player.
Listen, you're in India. There is never a pro player. I think Manan and Mithil have together retired more times than the entire. I don't know. I think they've retired at least 6 times cumulatively by now.
No, but I do prefer being talent and being on the tournament organizer side of things, though, to be honest, because I mean, for anyone who's seen me on camera, right, you can tell that I've lost all my hair, and I'll tell you what, it's because of the stress of playing Counter-Strike.
I thought it was because of the Bangalore water.
Yeah, yes, it was. I was just trying to make a joke, Fed. The joke.
The joke. Haha.
What is that term people keep saying? Bhavnao samjho, yeah.
Bhavnao ko samjho.
Yes, exactly. Understand me, my friend.
Yes. I get you quite well, fam. We're still waiting on the 5th player, though. This is, I mean,
Well, they have 4 more minutes or 5 more minutes before this game is forced live at 5v4, or of course Iyati can forfeit, which I don't think they'll want to do. And finally, slots getting into the server, so we are a go, boys. The game's gonna go live now. War versus Iyati. You didn't give me a prediction, Fet.
I told you I'm not very comfortable making a prediction because
I'm
I
gonna
think
force you to make a prediction.
All right, I'm gonna say, gonna go to double overtime, and it's gonna be a prison yard knife fight, and I think War may just take it in the end.
Iyati taking a timeout because I'm pretty sure slots need to load up needs to load up his config because he just changed the PC at the cafe. But yeah, I mean.
Yeah, but like I said, I've not seen these two teams play on this map, in a way that makes me comfortable making a prediction. So take that with a grain of salt. They're all 10 players are quite capable aimers and mechanically sound in their own right. But Overpass is a map that is won or lost based on your team play and not on individual brilliance. So it'll come down to who's the better team on the day today.
I agree, and I did see a few flashes of brilliance by War on their CT side, right? And of course, it was complete. That game against Brutality, I don't think it's the best thing to go off of because, Brutality kept giving them the entry frag, right? That's the thing.
Yeah.
But there were a few flashes of brilliance by War, and I think it was Oops who had a 4K on the pistol round as well, on the CD pistol. And the T side obviously was very lackluster, though. They had no executes, they had no nothing. They were just brute forcing into the B bomb site, and that's not the way to play Overpass. You could do that once or twice or maybe even 3 times to just change the pace of the game. But you can't rely on just that, and that's why I think for War it's really important that they pick up at least 10 or 12 rounds on the CD side if they want to win this game.
That is true. And one more thing I noticed about War's T side on Overpass was their complete and utter lack of map control and how telegraphed their plays were. Like Brutality almost always had 3 players or 4 players on the site that War were going to hit eventually. Being that transparent, you're never going to get much done on the T side on Overpass, which is why connector control is so important. And I think they just went for connector control like 2 or 3 rounds on their entire T side. The rest of the rounds, they were just content having either B long control or waters control and or on the flip side A long control and A short control. Very little was contested towards in connector, and that's what undid them basically, because the CTs were able to flank them very fast. They were able to go in on the half flank through connector and just push them while they were setting up for whatever executes they would have done in case that they would have made it to the bomb sites. But again, Brutality didn't play that very well either. Like they lost so many players in rounds that should have been extremely clean.
Yep.
Not a good game to go to have as a yardstick.
Yeah, I agree. But unfortunately, that's the only time we've seen War play Overpass recently. So, but I do want to say as well, having control of the T side of Monster isn't really map control, by the way. That's generally where you just leave the B lurker, And while you go for that birthday control, where you go for WC control and you go for A long control and connector control, you just have to leave a player in B just to make sure that the CTs don't don't over aggress and take control of B short or B long, things like that, and backstab you. That's the only thing you need to do. So yeah, hopefully Wars look back at that demo and or the VOD and learn from that. But yeah, we're still waiting for this game to go live now, and it's because Slots is changing his kit. Basically, he switched his PC, but his kit wasn't ready, and they do have 1 minute more now before we force the game live, and he has to play with that Logitech or eyeball or something mouse pad.
Listen,
I don't know,
Logitech
whatever.
mice are amazing. Thou shalt not hate on
No,
Logitech mice.
upside the base mouse, right? Like a G102 or something.
G102 is an amazing mouse
No, it
for
isn't.
the price. Yeah, it is. It
Sure.
is.
Yeah, that's like saying the Alto is an amazing car for the price.
I
And
mean, I've never been inside one, but I'm guessing it is.
yeah, I have been in one during sitting in an Uber, but it's not a place you want to be. But anyways, we are finally going live. We apologize for the delay, but it was not our fault. It was Iyati's, and I'm gonna immediately throw them under the bus. And Veerbhadra getting his head clean blown off, but Sloan does get the trade, and Kazi gets his head blown off as well. Iyati going for that connector control. So did War, and Iyati has come out on top.
And that's going to put Saz in a bit of a tight spot because he's surrounded by enemies. And he needs to make a play right now because, well, they do have the escape boost over towards the B bomb side. But Saz, he's going to get overrun. And I think, yeah, Iyati are going to be swinging towards the A bomb side. The rotation is going to come in, but Obster, he's going to hold a 1v4 push essentially because Oops is still pushing towards B shot, trying to ascertain whether the coast is clear. And then he's going to go in with the flank. Obster does have a kit. That means the aim punch is going to be real. And that smoke is going to give him away. He gets one kill. Gets two. Okay, then Obster. Oh, peeking out. But he's actually given Oops a fighting chance in all of this. But Oops. Wow.
But
Oops just getting dicked. Like, he just got insta-dinked down to 24 HP. He's red. And he's more or less dead. And yeah, now he's dead.
Unfortunately, the backstab not working out for Oops because Ego was aware of the possibility, and that's the case, right? I mean, the mistake there was that Oops and Opstar should have just played together, and especially in a 2v4, right? Because Opstar actually gave them a chance, right, by getting 2 kills from a position where he shouldn't have. Honestly, like that suspect plays smoke as well. Like I don't know why he would smoke off the right side of truck there, right? It's generally a T side that does that to get to the bomb site. So he still managed to get 2 frags. And Iyati, I like this. They're going for the timeout because I'm pretty sure they need to discuss the fact that they don't need to lose this anti-eco.
I'd lose it if they lose this anti-eco. Because I've been watching, I think yesterday Entity won both their pistols and lost both their anti-ecos.
Yep, that is correct. Yes,
yeah.
that is correct.
So this is happening all too frequently during this particular season of the Masters League. The teams winning the pistol round more often than not end up losing the subsequent round. And that should never be the case, not for top tier Counter-Strike at any level. If you're a professional in any country, you should have the anti-eco, anti-force on lockdown. And wow, Kazi almost gets that kill. That guy very lucky there. I think that was Bullet. Yes, extremely lucky. Had his back turned and Kazi just not certain whether he spotted a guy or not. But in the meantime, Slowin is slowly but surely creeping his way up to from A long. And there is Finish lying in wait in restrooms.
And I like this call by War, by the way. They're stacking the A bomb site, which is really smart. That's based off the information that Finish has gathered, that he's heard a lot of noise towards the A bomb site. He does get killed now as well, and that's gonna reinforce the fact that Iyati is probably looking to hit this A bomb site. So they need to play. Oh, in fact, if Kazi was actually at the. But anyways, he is gonna go A now. But Iyati, they've turned around. They're gonna go to B now, and that leaves Oops all alone to defend this bomb site.
This just emphasizes why Connector is such an important tier on this map. But Oops, wow. I thought he had the brace lined up there. It was like on a silver platter for him, but still going to be a 3v3 retake coming in. No kit on War, Kazi. I think he dropped the scout there for Saz. And, oh, that... Wait, what's happening? That was confusing.
I'm pretty sure the scout guy just jumped there because of the flames. But the flash coming out and Slots tries to peek, but he is too overeager with that peek. He gets flashed himself. Kazi now is going to get taken down by Slots. He had no armor, nothing to save him from the ape punch. But Opstar has the trade, but Ego has it for the terrorist side. And now Ego has this final frag of the round as well on Saz. And that was a decent round coming in by Iyati, especially considering that they did lose a player very early in that round.
Yeah, it was a held his nerve, stood his ground and got the 2 crucial kills on the bomb site defense. And now War will be staring down the barrels of a hard eco. So War, the little problem I saw with their setup was that they were way too passive apart from that one person finish who was in restrooms. Now, because of the lack of connector control, their gamble towards A did not pay off, and retaking with pistols is never an easy task. And now we see, oops, he's gonna get overrun. There we go, Bullet pushing the smoke, getting the kills. And Ego though, he's taken a lot of damage. He needs to be careful. And I like what War are doing. They're not interested in the retake. They're just running away. They're like, nah, we're not giving you the frags. We're not giving you the economy. We're more than happy just holding on to our pistols and not giving you $300 or $600, whatever, what have you.
Ego really needs to get out of here, by the way, because he does have an AK and just 17 points of health. He just needs to let the SMGs hunt this. And there you go, Bullet will get another frag for the round. Gets a third. Nope, he doesn't get the third. Slots gets a third, but 2 frags coming in for the CD side as well. But as long as the AKs are recovered by Iyati, it should all be okay. And that was a very, very random round, by the way, because War rushed B short and Iyati rushed B long. And it was just, they just passed each other. Veerbhadra, well, the frag denied
right.
for him. That's actually, if he did that purposely, that's kind of smart, right? Because he denied the $600 to Veerbhadra there.
Yeah, pretty much. And ensuring that, like, he had nothing invested, so he had literally nothing to lose. And now Saz with the glass cannon AWP. Now, as an opper on the CT side, I feel that the glass cannon is a much more viable option because you're just holding an angle and you can avoid incoming fire a lot better than what you would on the T side. T side glass cannon is always going to be a gamble because the aim punch is real, and if you miss your shot, you're going to be in for a world of trouble, and you are the one peeking into an angle that is held, such as this. So let's see what Saz can do with that zoom banger over towards long. Action is going to be headed his way. Flash doesn't affect him in the least bit, but he's going to go for the repeat. This man's brave, and he's going to miss the shot, and so is Bullet. He's going to get the follow-up. My god. I would not advise anyone to go for so many repeats from the same angle without having the protection of the armor.
Of course, he was against an AK there, right? And yeah, I mean, a body shot was not going to kill him, but the aim punch could have. So I do agree with that fact. But yeah, I mean, it's a great start for War now, especially because it is their first buy round. And they really need to start, like I said earlier, right? They really need to win the CT, as many rounds on the CD side as possible. And Saz, who did opt pretty well against Brutality as well, by the way, is showing that he's just, it's not just a one-time thing. He actually likes that up. But Veerbhadra finally does take down Saz with a great peek onto him. Really quick. Nothing Saz could do about that. But Finish does get the kill on slow in towards B. He was a lurker towards B, and oops, sitting at an off angle, gets the frag onto Slots, but he's traded by Veerbhadra, and Veerbhadra should just hightail it out of here and save that up because there's just 20 seconds left on the clock, and there's nothing much he can do about it.
Indeed, but Veerbhadra, hero plays for him. Nice shots, especially on a finish. That was a good shot. Yeah, that's where I feel that the M4A4 is slightly better with that high fire rate. I'm pretty sure Finish would have gotten the kill onto Veerbhadra. Sorry, oops. That was, I think. Oops. I think he would have gotten the kill onto Veerbhadra had he had that M4A4 instead of the M4A1S.
Yeah, we've seen that change, right, in the meta in the world as well, and even in India as such. I think barely 10 or maybe 15%. I'm not sure of the exact stats, but a couple of tournaments ago, I think it was ESL 1 Katowice, right? It was just about 10% of the players were using an M4A1S instead of the M4A4. So maybe that's the reason why. Maybe it's the fire rate.
Yeah, and Valve really needs to do something to bring the M4A1 back into the meta. Something. Because it's a great gun, but they've nerfed it to the point where it's practically useless. With the small magazine size and the amount of spare magazines you can carry, it's not really useful that you can spam it without tracers because, heck, if you have no bullets, what you gonna spam? And
Juventa will probably disagree with you there because
Yeah,
I
well,
know that he prefers the M4A1S and he's been playing really well for this entire tournament. Of course, I haven't seen last night's game where they did lose to SRA. It was off stream, and SRA is done with all their games as well, by the way. 5 victories, 6 losses for them. But a forced buy, well, a semi-forced buy. I'm actually going to count this as an eco for Iyati coming in. Veerbhadra does get a frag, and Oops does get a trade on Bullet, a revenge frag, more like it. And Veerbhadra gets a second on Oops as well, and suddenly this round is doable for Iyati. The slow A play is working out, and War, they didn't take map control, and that's coming back to bite them.
And this was the case with their CT side against Brutality as well. What little we saw of it, they're way too passive. And I think this is an epidemic with most of the Indian CT sides. And there we go, Slots getting the first kill. Obster getting flanked, and what is Obster doing? It's not a Mac 10 that you have a jumping accuracy guy. Obster, you need to stay put with that gun. It's not an MP9, it's not an SMG, it's a rifle. And now it's all down to Kazi, and Kazi's been hurt. They know exactly where he is, and Kazi's just gonna hightail it out of there. And again, it's the anti-force that does them in. War, they lose to pistols and an op from Veerbhadra, which, by the way, to his credit, was wielded to perfection, getting those 2 opening kills for Iyati.
Yeah, I agree. That's what you want to do when you have just 1 or 2 rifles on the side, right? At that point, it was just 1 rifle, actually. And he puts it to work, basically. And now War is taking a timeout because they need to figure out what they're going to do. Because they need to double eco, basically. Their money is wrecked, actually. And they're probably going to double eco into this. And actually, no. If Kazi does manage to save this FAMAS, they're going to go for the buy the next round. Because Finish, Opstar, and Oops are sitting above around 2.5k to 3k to the 3k mark. Saz may even be Kazi may even be able to drop a gun to Saz, but this is all considering that Kazi keeps this FAMAS alive and going into the next round. But Iyati now, they're in the driver's seat, honestly, because they should, unless something miraculous happens for War, Iyati should get 5 rounds on the board.
Actually, Iyati are looking poised to get to 6, and then from there on, who knows? Because Veerbhadra, as we've seen till now, has been firing on all cylinders. He's just been a force to be reckoned with. I mean, he may not be top of the charts in terms of fragging. Oh, yeah, he's not. But the impact frags he's had have been phenomenal. And there we go. Straight up, Leroy Jenkins towards the B bomb side. Slow-in. Just, it's like he's recently discovered the W key on his keyboard. And oh, wow, he Goombas finish, kills all 3. And now, it's just Obster who's like, I'm sure there were 4 people on the B bomb side when I first saw it at the start of the round, but now it's just me. What has happened, guys? What went wrong? And War is like, Slow-in.
Yep, Sloan actually had the presence of mind there to realize that he fell onto a CT's head as well. So that was actually really good awareness coming out of him. And there you go, War does go in for the force buy, but Kazi not keeping that FAMAS alive means that he's relegated to a UMP, which is honestly a better gun than the FAMAS anyway. So no harm, no foul cause to him.
Honestly, Adi, I'm not really not liking the lack of connector control that War's going for. Like, finally they put one guy in connector, but I think that's more out of desperation because Kazi knows that the ump at long ranges is no longer the most viable weapon. And that's some good damage coming out. Oops gets 1 kill already. Slow-in on his last breath. He's 24 HP, but Oops is on the edge of being spotted. And that's a very bad smoke, but Oops still gonna make the most of it. Gonna use it as bait to bait Slow-in into the peak. And he's down for the count. Bullet now comes around the corner. Kazi spots him, and Kazi does some damage, but Saz in the meantime finds Ego. This round for Iyati is falling apart. Everyone's just walking in one by one like lambs to the slaughter. No trade potential going anywhere. They were not ready, Adi, for that aggression that came out from War. They thought that War, they're not being taken and taking any map control. They're just going to give us the run of the round, and we're just going to chill as, they've done for so long up till now. But War finally waking up. They take the game towards to Iyati, and they come out on top of the round. I think this is what was needed, and this is what you do need on Overpass: some aggression, some balls, cojones.
Yep, the correct way to play. Oop, the hand slow spotted out by Saz. Saz's elbow rather, giving him away. And Slots is probably going to try to save this AK at this point. He doesn't have the time to hightail it to a bomb site. Oops is going to hear him anyways. And yep, Slots is turning around, but he is surrounded. Finally finishing the round with the backstab from all the way from the B bomb site. And doesn't want that AK apparently. But yeah, War finally playing Overpass the correct way. You go for that aggression. You control, you control the bathroom area. You control the balloons area, and you get the frags, and you completely break down the terrorist attack right there. And I like to see it, and hopefully they continue it and continue doing it every single round. And it does look like it's going to be the case, because 3 players are going aggressive towards A, while Iyati is going for B shot control. So this is interesting there actually. Iyati is going for really quick B shot control. In fact, they want an early frag, but instead the early frag is going to go to Opstar. Ego, not aware that that angle is a possibility.
I doubt he's not aware. I just don't think he was expecting it. I mean, I know that angle exists, Adi. I'm pretty sure these guys do as well.
I'm not saying that he wasn't aware that the angle exists. That's what I said. That angle by Opstar was a possibility, basically.
Yes.
Being peaked from there. Hence I said possibility, Fet.
Yes. Sorry, my ears are dirty.
But yeah, the first frag going to War again now, and that helps. Like I said, that helps. Now they can just play in the back, and Opstar is completely white. He's going to be checked as well. Slots is going to get the first kill. Slow in as well. Perfect entries coming into the B bomb side, and Kazi is going to level up the score. It is 3v3 now. Kazi shooting through the smoke, but he is saved. And sorry, Slowin, the bomb planter, is saved by his teammate. Saz though gets a frag onto Slots, and it is, in fact, I'm not sure if Saz is aware. This is a very doable retake, but yeah, he's not aware. He's not aware that Slowin and Veerbhadra are on their last gasps of life right now. So he is gonna try to save that op because he doesn't have a kit either, and it's another reset for War. It's heartbreaking for them.
Yeah, and it all came down to just very good utility usage from Iyati on the final push onto the B bomb site. 2 players were completely blinded, and the player playing Pillar got a bit tunnel visioned and just messed up their aim. I mean, understandable. War didn't do much wrong there. It was just brilliant play from Iyati coming out. Good usage of utility, good timing, and obviously they came out on top of their duels. That is very important as well. Even the push from Kazi through the smoke was the right play, in my opinion, at that point, because they weren't expecting it. Had he just had a better gun than the FAMAS, he may have just gotten that kill and snuck back into the smoke, and the entire complexion of that round may have changed. These are just the little things in CSGO that just tilt you as a player. That what ifs and arey yaar kash ye hua hota. But well, we can't dwell on what's the word now? I keep forgetting words. I'm getting old, Adi. I'm getting old.
But either way, Saz though. I mean, War has stacked the B bomb side. They are eco, but I would have liked this op to be on B as well, because it can be put to work, right? In case they do go for the B attack, and in case they don't, then the 4 teammates on the pistols can help you save that up. So this is a bit of a misplay coming out by Saz, to be honest. And yeah, like touching back to the last round, as nothing happened here, even though Ego made the mistake. I'm pretty sure Iyati's like in-game leader would have been like, get B shot control. Ego was like, I want to get B everything control immediately. And that was the misplay, but they still, that execute onto the B. Yeah. But that execute onto the B bomb side was absolutely perfect, so it didn't really matter.
That is true. And well, now they've faked a little bit towards the B bomb side, but the swing has come in. Look at that call for the rotation. All 5 players are chilling in the A bomb side. They're just waiting. Sights trained, but unfortunately it's just 1 CZ, 1 P250 and 2 default pistols, and obviously the AWP out on Saz. But he's caught looking the wrong way. They're all coming in from A short. Opster with that P250 has to make it sing. Spots the shadow, gets 1 kill, does a lot of damage onto the other. But now they're just all falling by the wayside. Bullet laying waste to that CT defense. And now Saz with the AWP. I don't think he has any choice but to chill out and try and go for the save. But Kazi? What's the kill?
Kazi has something else on his mind completely. He wants to win this round, and Saz does get the frag. But Veerbhadra finally does win the round for Iyati. And that was a 5v5 battle, by the way, at the A bomb site. That was actually interesting. I almost wanted it to work out for War because of the fact that they were gutsy enough to call for that A, for that A stack, or based on the information they got at B, and it almost worked out for them, to be honest. So that's a lot of monetary damage coming out. But unfortunately, War, they can't buy into this, so it might be for nothing.
I mean, this is just like the previous game for War on Overpass again. It's like always the bridesmaid, never the bride. They're getting so close almost every round, bringing it down to a 1v1 or a 2v1, and then just not being able to convert those rounds in their favor. Well, apart from this one where they just walked into B and demolished the entire B setup, but this was a throwaway round anyway. Oops will want to save that armor to take into the next round. Can buy up more utility. $650 worth of utility that he can buy up. So he'll be eager to save that. And I don't necessarily think that Iyati are eager to go on the hunt because their money isn't that great either.
Yeah, and Iyati though, I have noticed, and I hope War has taken notice to this as well. Every eco round, Iyati just basically bum rushes B. Every time. This is the third time they've done it, so I think War can probably wisen up to the fact. But of course, this is a throwaway round, like you said, and the buy is finally going to come in by War. And I really, really hope that they're going to play aggressive towards the A bomb side again, like they did on round number 7, and in fact on round number 4 as well. That they need to play aggressive. That's the main. That's how you play at Overpass. And let's see. The op is going to come out on Saz. He took a while, but he did buy the op finally. And I like it by him as well that he did save $300 on. He could actually buy one more flash. I'm not sure why he isn't. He wants to take the $300 into the next round. That makes no sense, because they need to win this round, and you need everything. You need everything at your disposal. But there you go again. War, they do go for the B shot aggression, but somehow Sloan comes through with smoke and gets Kazi anyway. Bit of a misstep by Kazi, and now Sloan is just feeling it. He's just walking into the B bomb side. It's gonna be found out by Finish though, and that was not required by Sloan at all. And Saz gets the frag onto slots at A long as well, and all of a sudden, it's man advantage back to War.
And unnecessary from Sloan, to be honest. You've gotten the man advantage, just chill out. Let your team find a pick somewhere else. Just work the CTs. You don't have to force the issue. You need to lull them into what you want them to think that you're doing and not force the issue. And that's exactly what happens. Oh! That was very smart from Iyati, but Saz wised up to it, got the kill on a bullet, but finally Veerbhadra does get the trade. It's a 2v3. It's very doable, but there is a player already on the A-bomb side. That's Oops. He gets the danger man. That's Veerbhadra, and Oops is gonna get the next kill as well. Down goes Ego. Oops recovering the AWP as well. 2 crucial kills towards the end of the round coming out for Oops, and that's the 3rd round on the board for War.
Yep, Iyati did everything right there with the bait out on the shot with Saz as well, but Bullet with a massive misplay. He should be swinging out wide there as soon as Saz misses the op shot. Those little things that can cost you a round. And now War is taking a timeout. They know that they don't want to be reset a 3rd time, basically, and they really need to win this round. And I really hope that in the timeout they're saying, lads, take aggressive control of A. That's the order of the day.
I don't think they've gotten the memo, Adi, because even the previous round we saw them fall back to a very passive hold. They didn't really challenge towards the A bomb site. We did see Oops trying to take connector control previously, but that was about it in terms of aggression.
Yeah, they did go for the B shot control though. Although it didn't pan out and Sloan did get the frag onto Kazi, they did have some map control, so to speak, at least. So I'm not gonna fault them for that. At least they tried aggression elsewhere on the map. But you need your opper. You need Saz to be playing aggressive angles at A. And now Iyati, it looks like they're gonna go for the B rush because it's been working out for them. So why the hell not? And Finish, Opstar and Finish just want to take B shot control again. And they do realize that Iyati has sneaked in from the monster tunnel, and Finish does get the first frag onto Bullet. No trade coming in by Iyati there, and Opstar as well swinging out from B short, not checked, not accounted for, and all of a sudden 5v2, sorry, and Iyati, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Sloan does get 2 frags before being taken out, though, doing some monetary damage. But a very important round for War finally picked up. They have not been reset. And now, off the back of that, they could probably buy for an extra round.
And more importantly, that is a textbook example of why you don't bum rush B against a fully stacked opponent. Because utility. Iyati didn't know what hit them. Yes, they made their way in towards Monster, but then the flashes, the Molotovs, the nades, they just kept chipping away at the time, their vision, their health. And by the time everything cleared, the haze cleared, they were all dead. And there's nothing they could do. And finally, again, some long aggression. Good flashbang.
Iyati, though, is on the eco now, and Sloan, though, because he's had a lot of money, he still has 3,000 in the bank, so he's gone for an AK and armor buy. I'm not sure why he didn't go for the head armor, because he is against M4s for the most part, and it's a 3v3 all of a sudden. And off the back of that one AK, the CIS strat.
It's gaining a lot of momentum here, that one AK hero play. And I think that's primarily down to the fact that we have so many good aimers, but I love what Opster is doing. He's just off the back of his information and his position. It allows Kazi and Saz to take up this position towards the A bomb side, but he needs to be careful. He's marking towards restrooms and he's going to get Veerbhadra. And now it's a 2v3. They just need to relax, chill out, and Kazi's going to pick up one. Should be picking up Ego as well. Ego does have a bomb, but he's not going to make too much headway into that A bomb side. Kazi is going to clean it up. Brace for him. A brace for Oops. And War finally stringing some rounds together and getting some money going as well. So they should be good to buy in the remaining 2 rounds of the first half.
Yes, they should, and they really need to win both the rounds as well. And because I already think that Iyati has enough rounds in the bag. 8 rounds on the T side of OverPass, it's nothing to scoff at. But yeah, I mean, considering how War has been playing the CT side, and I actually wouldn't be surprised if Iyati does adjust and manage to pick up these final few rounds. And Iyati there, going for B-shot aggression, taking B-shot control, and I like it by War, by the way. Saz had pushed up all the way to the A long position, to the fountain position. Yes, thank you, Fed. And they have got the information now, and because of that, they do have 3 players at the B bomb side, and that's what you get by aggressing B, by aggressing A.
Yeah, like simple info plays. That's what comes in very handy in Overpass. But A Hopster gets the opening pick and has the presence of mind to back away, not get greedy. This has been Iyati's undoing, in fact, in the rounds that they have lost. Is that they keep getting greedy and keep handing their frags over to the CT side on a silver platter. On the flip side, War have shown real discipline.
Yep, I agree. And Bullet running through a Molotov. It's not working out for him. Slots does get a kill though, but Opster is locking down the bomb side. The trade's going in the favor of the counter-terrorists right now, and Veerbhadra is left in a 1v3. An AK, the C4, and a Dream.
Can he do this? It's highly unlikely. It's gonna be miraculous if he does, because there's just 30 seconds left on the clock, and Veerbhadra has to pull one out of his backside if he wants to clutch this. Best part is War really aren't peeking him they're not really peeking him one by one. Oops. He tried to go for a double peek there with Finish, but Finish had just overshot a little bit. But the moment Finish realized that Oops is going to commit to the peek, he doubled back. And I like seeing these little, instances of good communication and good decision making coming out from Indian players, because I've been casting them for over a year and a half now, and I've seen the evolution. Last year, 2Easy came onto the scene and just took it by storm because of their simple comms and their very effective trade style of play, and most of the Indian teams had no idea how to counter it. This year though, they've evolved to counter that. 2Easy isn't having the easiest of times, and now Oops, he's gonna be staring down Bullet, but Bullet, just too aware of the map, puts a 7.62 round between the eyes of Oops, and Oops has his brain matter scattered all over the restroom walls.
Saz now stuck between a rock and a hard place, but he still manages to get a frag, but he will not be able to do much more there. Sloan with Slots' AK-47, by the way, ripping his head off, basically, killing him. And yeah, Iyati has the bomb site now, and they in fact have bank control as well. But the backstab coming in by Finish and Opstar, they have come from Connector. They both get a frag apiece now and bring it down to a 2v2. All of a sudden, War is back into this round, but finally Ego shuts it down. But it's a back and forth round. Opstar all of a sudden in a 1v1 against Bullet, and he is gonna clutch it out. Opstar is gonna get the defuse now, and War pick up the 7th round of the half, and 7 very, very important and hard fought rounds for them as well. And I just want to point out the fact that, by the way, the Sloan had Slots as AK. If you bring up the scoreboard, right, Sloan is sitting on top of the scoreboard, and Slots was like, I have the money for an AK, I'll give you the AK, I'll take the UMP off you, you're going nuts right now, so why don't you take it? And I like those sort of little things. But unfortunately, it did not work out for Iyati, and War does pick up their 7th round. And now, the sides have swapped. It's time for Iyati to showcase if they're going to play aggressive or not on the CD side, if they're going to play Overpass the correct way, as I like to call it.
Well, it's a dream, and hopefully it comes true. And Sloan dodged that flash quite well, actually. And the second one, he's going to be falling back. They haven't taken the bait, all honesty.
Yep, it is a beast. It is a beast stack coming in by Iyati. And Kazi and Opstar both had utility, by the way. Kazi, of course, with the flashbangs, and Iyati, they've rotated off their stack. It's just the timing there. 2 smokes coming in now to the B bomb side. All the flashes have been used as well, and now all the CTs are stuck behind smokes. Veerbhadra, though, still gets a frag from the heaven. The bomb does go down, though, and it's a 5v4 retake at this point.
They do have a kit onto Veerbhadra, but he's all the way... Yeah, he's going to jump down from right about now. Whoa! That's a blitzkrieg if I've ever seen one. A flurry of kills going left, right, and center. But both the players on the bomb side are so very low right now. It's going to come down to Sloan to go ham and find these kills. And Sloan, tapper away, runs out of bullets, runs back. He's in a 1v2. Needs to find the kills, but oops there. Channeling his inner Diglett a little bit. Pops out, pops Sloan's head off, and scores are tied. War take the pistol round. And now comes the most important round and the hardest for War, considering how many anti-forces they lost on their CT side, is this round, and ensuring that they don't lose to this force buy. That will be definitely coming out from Iyati.
Yes, and Veerbhadra there in the pistol round with a massive misplay. He had the kit. He didn't need to go and stick the defuse. It was a 2v2. It was really doable. The panic clearly setting in there. And 8-8. It's 8-all now. And War, who were behind for much of the game, have now tied up the scores. 3 Mac 10s though, Fetch. 3 Mac 10s. And they're going to A long with them.
I like it. They have utility. That means they have utility. But the question is, will they be used properly? Opster trying to channel his inner Launders, but instead channeling his inner Fett in terms of movement.
But yeah, Iyati has gone for the B bomb site stack now, but they are going to start rotating over because Ego has pushed all the way into T spawn. But the rotation is going to come in too late. The full A execute coming out by War. 1 misplaced smoke, but it's not going to matter that much. And oops, here's the rotation from Connector as well. Gets 1 frag. Can he get a second? Yes, he can, is the answer. He probably will get a 3rd here as well. Yep, oops. Ripping down, well, mowing down 3 of the players, and Opstar is stuck between 2 players. Both the CTs have been found out now, and War can probably rest a little easier.
Wow, Opster just got jebaited there. He was like hungry for those eco frags, and the moment he jumps through the smoke, the 2 CTs walk past him and jebaited immediately. But I like what Oops did. Nice little eco fragging, you know, IR boosting thing going on he has. And War finally winning an anti-force without losing more than 2 players. That is refreshing to see. And with that, for the first time this game, they actually inch into the lead. They've got a 1-round cushion. Iyati, they're going to be on a hard eco. And that means Kazi and Opster can really put those Mac 10s to work.
And yep. It is a full eco round, so there isn't much to say there. I do like the fact that Iyati is stacking the bomb site. They are taking a risk, right? It's better than better than playing a default spread out setup. And now their risk hasn't panned off, and they're going back to a default. So I spoke too soon. Commentators curse. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. And again, I fail to see the point of having a default on a pistol round because it's not that useful. Just not that useful. And this boost, what are you planning? What do you hope to achieve with the USPs at this range against AKs and armored opponents? I don't see it.
I like what they're trying though. They tried a double boost, and that's something which is going to be unexpected. And there you go. It's completely unexpected by Opstar. Bullet ripping his head clean off, and it's nice to watch. It's something new, something refreshing. Bullet with that USP. What the hell did he have this round? Some power bars right there for some powerful shots, and Ego has spotted out Oops, but he is gonna whiff. Nope, he's not gonna whiff it. Oops, on the other hand, is gonna whiff the AK spray, and it is 2v2, and that's a lot of economic damage coming out. But War should
Yeah, wow, indeed.
sorry, a monumental economic damage now coming out by Iyati with just USPs.
I mean, should Iyati just have double ecoed? Maybe they could have won one of the two rounds, judging by how good their USPs were in the previous round. I mean, that is not something you expect to see on a hard eco. Getting 4 kills and getting the dink onto the last player. Inexcusable for War. They do get the round, but they've done irreparable damage to their economy at this point. They're going to have to buy in. 4 players need to buy back into this round. And I think that's the reason for the timeout. They must be discussing what the hell went wrong that previous round and how were they put in such a position that they had to literally claw their way back into that round. It's amazing. And I know Bullet just... What the hell was that? You were absolutely right. I have not seen him hit. Like, if only he were that on point with his USP dinks as the previous round on the pistol round, maybe Iyati would have just blazed through it.
War, of course, now are on the T side though, so it's okay. I mean, the economy is a little more forgiving, and Iyati though going for the B shot aggression and it's working out for them because they've not taken any damage, and they have the man advantage as well. And I like it, the aggression. And now they're gonna actually reposition and probably, you know what I would like right now to see by Iyati, by the way? It's probably a little unorthodox, but they should aggress A again.
And they should have this read coming out from the way War plays. If they even watch the brutality demo once, they would realize that War tend to play Overpass like a retake map, and they don't realize that there's 2 sites on any given round to hit, and they're almost always bunched up in canals or outside monster. They never go for map control, and that's what does them in on their T side, because on the swing they've given so much to CTs that they have to manually clear every angle, and the CTs are just ready for it.
And Iyati are now rotating all their players into the B bomb side, and Bullet and Slots are locking down the site as well. Saz now just left in a 1v3, and he's dead now, Fed, so there's nobody left on the T side. And I like that by Iyati, by the way. The B shot aggression was great, but honestly, if they did have some sort of aggression at A as well, maybe just playing at the bathrooms area, right? A little more forward. They could have actually rotated 4 players, or at least 3 players to be much earlier.
Dude, you know what I want really right now? I want to be in War's TeamSpeak right now when they hit that B bomb site, because I'm pretty sure it was like, "Arey wahan, kahan, yahan, wahan, kahan," and dead. Everyone's dead. I'm pretty sure those were the comms, because it looked so disjointed. How are 2-3 people dying to the same sprayed out? Finally, Veerbhadra again coming alive with that big green gun of his. 2 quick kills, but he's gonna get overrun. How is he alive? How?
Somehow Veerbhadra staying alive there. The P250 on the T side not doing enough damage to him, and Slots as well. Because Iyati had B shot control again, they rotated so quickly through connector, just showing you how important connector control is in Overpass. And now Iyati are back. The scores are level now, and it's 10 all. And Now finally though, War is back to a gun round. And Saz with that AWP really needs to get a quick opening frag. Veerbhadra though, playing aggressive, but Veerbhadra's head is ripped off by Oops. That's an Oops moment for Veerbhadra right there. He peaked that way too late.
Nasty. Nasty. Like, I was wondering what Veerbhadra was doing looking at the balloons and the shadows. I thought that he's trying to line up the perfect angle. But the moment he looked back, it's like, oh, that's when Veerbhadra knew he messed up. We're going with messed up, Adi, alright?
Sure, but yeah, now War finally has some map control, and I like it. At least they have adjusted, right? They have connector control, they have birthday control, they even have a player sitting at B. Finally, it looks like they've been going to the fallen school of how to play OverPass.
Yeah, actually, it's pretty interesting.
It's very Fallen-like, right? Actually, it's one of Fallen's takes. It's one of Fallen's defaults. Actually, it's something I learned from when I was playing for Brutality as well, and now Finish. He's just trying to fake the A bomb site, and Iyati though are playing 2 and 2, and Finish. He's gonna get killed by Ego, but the real hit is coming over to the B bomb site, and the B bomb site's defense has completely capitulated. And Sloan though, he really wants to stop that bomb plant, but unfortunately the bomb plant is in a smoke. Opstar aware that is a possibility because why not? And Opstar with a crazy shot onto Ego, and he does know where Sloan is as well. He's gonna get his second for the round. A clean round coming in by War, losing only one member, and I like it. Map
exactly.
control fetch.
That's what I wanted to see more of. War going for map control, playing that late lurk, switching up their role from passive to active to just hold those two players over towards the A bomb site. And it's so refreshing to watch good Counter-Strike. I didn't talk that round because I was genuinely watching what these guys were up to, and it was so good to see a near perfect round of T-side overpass being played out. And yeah, you said that it's a very Fallen-esque play, but hey, if it ain't broke, why fix it? And Oops opening things up where they left off in the previous round. Sloan just getting slowed down to a screeching halt. Down he goes. Veerbhadra, even though he does have the op, but he's got a lot to worry about. He's going to get Molotoved off the angle. He's going to have to give up a lot of map control and reposition. And at this close range, the AKs will have the advantage because they can peek out wide, swing wide, just like that, and force Veerbhadra to reposition as well.
And now Veerbhadra is honestly stuck between a rock and a hard place, because instead of falling back and trying to take out Oops, he in fact pushes ahead, but in fact he's still gonna get a frag on to Finish, and Ego is gonna take out Oops as well. That was actually perfectly done by Iyati, honestly, because that was a great peek by Ego, because he was aware that Finish would have to turn around and look for Veerbhadra, and all of a sudden the man advantage has gone to Iyati.
This is what I don't understand. How does a team go from playing almost the most perfect round of T-side overpass that I've seen from an Indian team to this?
I wouldn't be so critical about it, Fed, because that was
Veerbhadra did make a very
yeah.
good play. That was Veerbhadra. My bad. I take that back. I apologize.
That's the randomness
sorry,
of players you can't account for, right? Just the absolute randomness.
I'm sorry,
Veerbhadra gets one more frag as well, but he is traded out by Kazi. And it is a 2v3 though. This is doable for War. The bomb plant is going to come in. Ego's looking the wrong way, but so is Kazi. So is Kazi, but Kazi finally does get the frag onto Ego. It is down to a 2-2 now, but the backstab is coming in. Slots with a nuts shot onto Kazi. And Opstar now is in a 1v2. Can he do it for his team? Or is War gonna give away the lead again? Opstar getting pinked down at this point, but the double B comes in from Iyati. That's a really well played retake by them, and Iyati is gonna level things up once again, and Bullet in fact is gonna be able to save the AWP as well. And an AK on slots.
I mean, both teams. I mean, Veerbhadra that round, heroic with the AWP. The information gathered, the peaks he got. In fact, the trades that he facilitated, the kill that came out from Ego was allowed because of Veerbhadra's push, and that that enabled Ego to peek out and get the kill onto the guy who was actually going hunting for Veerbhadra back in restrooms. And good stuff, great stuff coming out from Iyati, a very good reply. And War, they've been
Reset
forced back
once
on.
again.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think they're used to this now, like just getting reset and trying to make something happen on their eco rounds or their force buys.
This has been such a back and forth game, honestly, and that smoke, just CSGO things, that smoke getting stuck where it shouldn't. Slots is just staring at it, wondering, wait, what? But Slots now, oh, he does get flashed, but he still gets a kill through the smoke, and he runs out of bullets. But he's so flashed, everyone's white. Slots does get a second frag, but Finish does trade him. But Ego and Bullet are there to clean up the monster position, and that's a clean round coming in for Iyati, as clean as possible. Four people alive. And Slots though, he probably ate like 2 flashes from the T side and 3 from his own team that round.
Everybody was dabbing that entire initial push, like, and then everybody's dead. That is why I've said this once before, I will say it again. Dabbing is injurious to health, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't dab. It is a disgusting habit.
Also, flashbangs are injurious to health as well, by the way. In real life, by the way, a flashbang actually hurts.
Yeah, it can deafen you. It can
Yep.
pop your eardrums.
Yes, it can. And now, again, War. They are on the bye, but they do have low-ish utility on Kazi, and Saz is relegated to the UMP because he did want to buy that smoke and a couple of flashbangs as well. But they have gone for the map control, and so has Iyati. Connector and B-shot control by Iyati, but they've relinquished it now because nothing happened for such a long time. And Veerbhadra though, he has heard out Finish. Finish does survive there. Veerbhadra not able to land that shot, and oops. Oh, the timing there for Veerbhadra. That's an oops. That's an oops moment for him. Yes, you are right. And the man advantage now in War's side, in War's pocket. And Iyati now again, they've been relegated to playing 2 at the A bomb side, 2 at the B bomb side. The split defense.
Kazi though, this time a lot more measured coming out from War. They know they have the man advantage. I take that back. Slow-in was like, hold my beer, and kills 3 people, mows them down as they walk out of the door. I was gonna say they have the man advantage, Adi, and then they're all dead. They're all dead.
His team turned the round straight on its head, and Kazi now in a 1v3 though. He does get a frag, but he is traded out by Ego, and War must be wondering and scratching their heads. And I'll tell you the misplay by War this round, by the way. They had A control, they had connector control, but that's it. The B shot control wasn't there, and they elected to go B shot, and they ran straight into Slow-in.
Yeah.
And I can understand that. Like, I can understand that they wanted to go B, but at least throw a pop flash in there, right? At the very least. And
Yeah, like primarily because you've been starved of information in that particular area of the map, so you don't know what's waiting for you out there. I absolutely am in agreement with you. Throw a pop flash. Be safe, like they say.
and War does take their final time out of the game because they have to take this one on the chin, by the way. Honestly, I would take the eco in the next round, not this round, but I hope that they're discussing round number 26, not this round, because this is a throwaway round. Couple of flashbangs though being purchased on their side, and a smoke as well. So this is probably going to be a quick B execute.
And yeah, looks like it from the buy, and definitely B chalo khatam karo, gun chahiye. And wow, okay, the triple boost and the murder begins.
Oh, the perfect timing there for Iyati. What a round to go for that boost. An absolutely crucial round there. Bullets, with a quad kill that round. And War, that's just absolutely unfortunate for them. Heartbreak material there, because they really wanted to get the bomb plant that round and get a little extra infusion of cash, that extra bonus $800. Unfortunately, Iyati, one step ahead. and now it's 14-11 in their favor. But War does have a bye, but considering that War did not get the bomb plant in that round, Saz is relegated to a glass cannon.
And well, they do have the utility to make something happen, but again, it's gonna be that two-man push towards A long with Veerbhadra manning A short alone. But War, they've opted to go for the B short control. They've had mixed results with it. They've won a couple of rounds, but then others they haven't had that much success in. Let's see if they can make it work, because last time it worked, I distinctly remember there was a player lurking towards A short who kept the rotation from coming in, and they had a man advantage to work with to boot. So I hope Saz can be that lurk, but right now he's playing way too passive for my liking. He's all the way back in a connector marking a push towards short, but so far it doesn't look like that push is gonna come in, and it is gonna be a B hit that's coming in. Ego, he's just dancing around Kazi. He does manage to trade out Kazi, but Ego, he's still alive, gets 2 kills. He's put his team in a position where they can actually mount a retake. Veerbhadra finally making his way in towards heaven, but he has been smoked off. That's gonna dissipate. That Molotov not really gonna do much. And now a 3v3 retake coming in. Veerbhadra, scratch that, making it a 3v2 almost instantaneously. Oops and Saz, they have to go huge. They have to make it work, because basically their game hinges on it. And Oops opens up the spray, gets one, almost gets the second. And now it all comes down to Saz in a 1v2 with the AWP, no armor. Can he do this? He hears the defuse. Oh, legs him. How unfortunate. Saz, that is just being shit out of luck. Oh, so close, yet so far.
That was actually amazing by Sloan, by the way. As soon as he heard the scope, he started to swing out. Unfortunately, of course, for Saz, landing the leg shot there, not the body shot. But it wouldn't have mattered, honestly, because Sloan was ready and primed for the trade. And now Iyati on match point, on map point, and on course to get out of that bottom 4.
Yeah, I mean, they'll be relishing the opportunity to have another season in the Masters League, because this is where the best CS in the country is being played. Sloan getting a little bit tagged down, getting a little bit tagged up, but a bit of a delayed push towards B shot. But Sloan and Slots and Bullet, they're just killing for fun right now.
And that was a spam kill as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Premeditated. He knows the angle. He just wants to shoot through the... He knows that War has been taking B-shot control, right? So that was a really good adjustment coming out by him and by Iyati indeed. And now it's a 3v4. Barely any utility left on War as well. Just 3 smokes and 2 flashbangs. And I like this by Iyati, by the way. They have left Veerbhadra at A long, but oh, he's looking the wrong way right now. But he does look back at the perfect time. Does leg Kazi as well, but unfortunately for Kazi, Veerbhadra should have been a dead man there. And Obstar does get a frag at A long, and Ego though, for some reason he doesn't want to look towards Obstar. Obstar pop flashes Sloan, gets the frag, and Ego finally gets the trade. Sloan is gonna be really pissed off at that. He's like, yeah. What the hell are you doing? What is he doing at barrel when you're standing at the pillar? And down to a 2v2 because of a hero play by Obstar. And the A bomb site. Veerbhadra mauling off. Oh, Kazi is in a smoke. Unfortunate for Veerbhadra. And Veerbhadra gets taken out by Kazi as well. God's own work being put out by him right now. But Ego in a 1v2 gets a frag onto Kazi. And now it's down to a 1v1. Saz though sitting at 11 points of health. Saz is not going to be able to save his team. Ego pulls off the clutch and Iyati takes the game 16-11.
Well, Iyati, they looked like the better team from the word go. They had a very good T side, at least the first half of that T side. And on the CT side, they just pulled together, and 16-11. War should definitely be looking to broaden their map pool, or at least try and play Overpass a little bit better. They're there, they're getting there. I saw some sparks of brilliance, but there's still some work left to be put in. And maybe they can actually be a force to be reckoned with on Overpass.
Yep, I agree. Some work definitely needs to be put in, and I really hope for their sake that they do stay in the Masters League. But anyway, that's enough from us for today. We will be off, and we'll see you again tomorrow for another game of Counter-Strike at 7 p.m. For now, goodbye. I was Adi, and joining me was Fed.
Thank you so much, Adi and Fed, for that amazing game. And Iyati scoring their second victory for themselves in the ESL India Premiership Summer Seasons Master League. This event is brought to you by HP, HyperX Intel, and organized by Nordman Gaming. Coming up next, we have Dora 2 for you folks, but right after this break, so don't go anywhere.